Today, we're going to talk about how you can all get individual help through our Inner Circle program. And I'm going to talk to you all about how you can get both free or paid subscription to the Inner Circle. I'm going to talk to you about what the Inner Circle is about, why it's important. And really, I want to start out with kind of who this webinar is really for and who it's not for, okay? You guys know, if you've been following me, if you've been following Asian Investor for a while now, you all know that we provide a ton of free passive educational content. Each and every week, we release an episode of the Asian Investor podcast. Each and every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern, I do a live stream where I do a topic every single week that you can listen to at www.agentinvestor.com. We also do free 2-day in-person events for anybody that's listening. If you're not registered for our upcoming event, please do so at www.agentinvestorevent.com. But I'm not here to talk about all of those resources. Now, those resources are what I call learning resources. And I want to just share with you all kind of what I've learned through my experience and also what I've learned through coaching people. So obviously, most of you know that I started being interested in real estate investing in 2003. What a lot of you might not know, unless you've really been following my story, is it took me 6 years to actually do my first investing deal. At 2003, I read or I listened to on an audio cassette the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And as soon as I listened to that book, in my mind, I was ready to become an investor. I was in college. I was pre-med. I pretty much did everything I needed to do to get into medical school. And then I listened to that audio book driving around in my white Kia Sophia as a pizza delivery boy, working my way through college. And it hit me at that moment that I wanted to be in real estate. Okay, so in my mind, in 2003, I was ready to become a real estate investor. So why did it take me 6 years to actually do my first investing deal? It took me until 2009 to do my first investing deal. So I want to talk to you all about a concept between the difference between learning and doing. So I talked about the free resources that we have. I talked about the podcast. I talked about the 2-day in-person event. I talked about the weekly live stream that we have in our Facebook group every week, every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Those are learning things, right? And learning is the first step to taking action. Learning is the first step to actually doing. But there's a big difference between learning and understanding and actually taking action. So why did it take me 6 years to do my first investing deal? Truthfully, it took me 6 years to do my first investing deal because I didn't have a mentor, right? You can learn anything about any topic. But the reality is that each person who's on this call right now, and including myself in 2023, is in a different starting point, right? You all have different access to deals, access to money, access to contractors. You're all different ages. You all have different spheres of influences. And in most cases, without having somebody to go to with individualized questions, a lot of times, a lot of this stuff just becomes learning. And learning is great, but learning without action doesn't actually get you the result you want. And I know every person that's listening to this has an idea in their head about what they want real estate investing to do for them, right? You don't want real estate investing to just be something that you learn about. I mean, it's fun to learn about real estate investing, but you actually want real estate investing to change your life. And the fastest way to do that is to get individualized help along the way. So it wasn't until I got a mentor in 2009 that I did my first real estate investing deal. And in fact, I probably was the most educated person that never did an investing deal. I mean, I would probably stack myself up against anybody. I listened to every webinar, every podcast. I went to in-person events. I did all of that stuff, but never took any action until I did my first deal. So until I got a mentor. And so I want to just, say really quickly who this webinar is for. and who it's not for. And if this webinar is not for you, don't feel bad about jumping off this webinar. It's totally okay if you jump off a little bit early because you realize it's not for you. If you're somebody that wants to just simply learn and not do, this webinar is not for you. Okay. This webinar is for the person that knows they're ready to take action, is willing to take action today, willing to take a step forward today, and isn't just in it to learn. This is actually a webinar for people who are kind of getting sick of just learning and sick of just understanding the concepts of real estate investing, but haven't taken a step forward yet. So if you jumped on this webinar today to just learn, this isn't for you. You can learn on our podcast. You can learn at our in-person events. You can learn at our live streams every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. But this webinar today is about taking action. And the Inner Circle program is a doing program. It's not a learning program. Again, there's nothing I hold back on my podcast, on my webinars, on my live streams. I don't hold any information back. But what I hold back, not purposely, but what I have to hold back is one-on-one help, right? Because if there's 250 people that come to one of my in-person events, I can't logistically help every single person individually. So what we do at our events, on our webinars, is we say, hey, who's ready to take action today? Who's sick of just learning, and who wants to get results, and who wants more individualized help? That's what the Inner Circle is for. Now, I've been in multiple coaching programs. I've spent probably $500,000 to $600,000 myself on coaching. It's actually almost a hard number to believe, but over the course of 10 to 15 years, that's what I've paid. So not only have I paid for that coaching that I'm going to pass on to everybody who's listening and wants to take a step forward, but I've also been a coach. I started coaching in 2017, going, past 6 years at this point. So I know a good deal about what it takes to get results. And I know what it takes to get financial freedom in real estate because I've done it and I've helped other people do it. Okay. So most of you know kind of like what I've done, but just a really quick highlight. I grew up poor, and I don't mean that to sound negative. My parents just never had any money. They couldn't sign me up for hockey and all these different things that I wanted to do because they just couldn't afford it. So I started with nothing. All the stuff I'm going to tell you that I've done, it's from the ground up. So in my real estate career, I fixed and flipped over 1,200 homes. I built an over 300 unit rental property portfolio. I built a real estate brokerage that has over 350 agents as of today, based on the principles that sales will make you a living, investing will make you wealthy. That's what we do at my brokerage. And I'm in the process of building over 250 apartment units. Okay. I tell you this not to brag, but just to say, hey, if you want to do anything that's lesser than that, and you're starting from nothing and you're starting from the ground up, I absolutely can help you get there. Okay. So everything that I talk about that's a part of the Inner Circle are things that I know are massively important. All of this stuff is massively important in order to help you. There's nothing in here that I've left out, and there's nothing that I've added for no reason. So just by a show of hands, and I know, some people are live, some people are going to listen to this after the fact, but who here is ready to take action today? Type into the Q&A, like, who is sick of just learning and is actually ready to take action today? I just want to see, out of all the people we have on, I just want to see kind of like where we stand with people who are listening right now. All right, I love it. A bunch of yeses, a bunch of readies, a bunch of I ams. I'm going to hold you guys to this for sure. I'm going to show you how to take action today. But I love it. And by the way, I do want to say, and I truly mean this, if you just want to learn, that's okay. But understand that you are just learning. That's okay to say, hey, I'm not ready to invest yet. I'm not ready to take action today. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to invest in the next 12 months. But understand that just by learning, you are likely not going to get there. Okay. Now, another show of hands, just quickly, how many of you think that by spending more time with me and my team, it could help you get there faster than if you were going to try to do it on your own? Again, type into the Q&A just so I can get an idea of who feels like that. Now, when I say this, it's not just me, it's also my team. And the key word there is speed. Okay. I want to be clear about this, that there is nobody who's on this call that can't do this on their own. You can do this on your own. You don't need us. You don't need my team. It's a matter of speed, right? It took me 6 years to do my first deal. As soon as I got a mentor, it took me under 6 months to do my first deal, right? So it cuts down on the time that it takes. If you have all the time in the world to start investing in real estate, you can do it on your own. But if you want faster results, you need additional individualized help, okay? So again, I'm going to show you how to get there today. When I talk about the stuff that's in the inner circle, there's going to be a lot. And I know that from a sales perspective, I should probably make this shorter, right? Because a lot of people will tell me, hey, you're putting too much information into your presentations. It would be more effective if you had less parts of the inner circle. But I don't believe in that. And I would rather lose a few of you guys because there's too much stuff than not give you everything that I believe that you need. Again, you can do this on your own, but I'm going to show you a shortcut today. So I have up here a flyer for the inner circle. I'm going to go through all of these things one by one, individually. And of course, I will answer questions for anybody that's on this call. Okay. I just want to say this. There are a lot of benefits here. And, you can rank all of these different benefits from top to bottom. Different people are going to have probably different opinions on what's the most important part of this program. Having done this for a long time, I will tell you that bar none, the biggest benefit to joining the inner circle is the individualized help that you can get from me 24/7, 365. Anybody who's in the inner circle can reach out to me via Facebook Messenger and email 24/7, 365 with anything that they need help for. I should mention that the inner circle is a lifetime membership. There's a reason it's a lifetime membership. Most coaching programs are 3 months, 6 months, a year. The inner circle is lifetime. The reason it's lifetime is because of the fact that this is a journey. Like to get financial freedom through investing is not a 3-month process. I often tell people when I speak that I'm one of the most demotivational speakers you'll ever hear, because I will tell you the truth. And the truth is that to get financially free is a 5 to 10 year commitment. If you're listening to this right now and you want a 6-month commitment, you should probably never tune into me again. Okay. I can almost guarantee working with us, you can get financially free in a 5 to 10 year period. I can also guarantee that you will not get there in 6 months. Okay. But you are going to have a lifetime membership, 24/7, 365 access to me through Facebook Messenger, through email. Those of you who are in the inner circle or who have worked with me in any capacity know that if you respond to me, I'm going to get back to you the same day. In fact, I'm typically going to get back to you within a couple of hours. I'm pretty much glued to my phone. It's how I live. I love it. I love teaching and helping people. So that to me is the biggest benefit. The second benefit that you get is the ability, if you're in New England, to partner with us on flips. So we actually did a deal last year with somebody who is in the inner circle. And of course, I'm going to tell you about a deal that's going to be a little bit better than normal. But this was a deal. The real estate team that is in the inner circle, they went out to this appointment. It was a single family that they went out to take a listing. Their friend's mom passed away. The friend did not want to do any work to the house. They didn't want to list it. We ended up buying the property. We put up the money. We did all of the construction, and we split the profit with the person in the inner circle 50-50. This is going to sound like an exaggeration, but luckily I can actually tell you guys who it was, and you can talk to them. It turned out to be a $300,000 profit that we split 50-50. Now, everything that I teach with Agent Investor is how agents can invest easier. This was an example of a real estate agent that went on an appointment that they would have went on anyways. Didn't have to put up money, didn't have to manage the construction. And out of the other side of this deal came $150,000. Now, that is not the normal profit on a fix and flip, but it was one that we did in the last 12 months. We've done many more, and the average profit on a fix and flip in New England is somewhere between $50,000 and $80,000. And of course, it can go higher or lower. But keep in mind, if you're in the inner circle, we will partner with you on a flip as long as the property is an off-market property. The third thing that you get access to is VIP dinners. So we do special stuff for people that are in the inner circle. At every one of our events that we typically host on a quarterly basis, we will do a small VIP dinner free of charge. If you're in the inner circle, you come. You get to hang out not just with me, but with my team. And I can't stress this enough. Of course, I'm the front-facing person that everybody knows, but I've got a really great team. I've got a CFO, I have a head of construction, I have an operations person that are all part of my team. I have a COO. They're all part of my team. You guys don't just get to meet me, but you get to meet them as well. Okay. You get monthly coaching sessions. So this is another thing. I talked about, individual help, which is what you all need. You're all sitting somewhere listening to me speak. It's great, but it's a one-way mechanism. I'm not, going to hate on the information I'm going to give you. It's going to be good information. But if one of you wants to jump in right now and talk to me for 20 minutes, you can't. On these once a month coaching sessions, you do have the ability to have that conversation. Okay. There's two mechanisms. Keep in mind, there's two mechanisms to get coaching, one-on-one coaching. The 24/7, 365 access to me through Facebook Messenger and email. You need help. I don't care if you're in front of a house, you need to make an offer on it, you've got a deal you want us to analyze, you can get that information that day. But you can also wait if you want, if it's not urgent, to come and be on that once a month call. Okay. The next thing, on the job training. Okay. If you have a deal that's going to be a partner deal for us, we will go on that appointment with you. We will do the budget for you. We will estimate the repairs. We will help you get that seller to accept our offer. Okay. You're also going to get, if you're in the inner circle, the first pass at our passive income deals, meaning that if we have a deal that we're looking to raise capital on, it goes to the inner circle members first. The next thing that you get is off-market flip deals analyzed for you. So if you have an off-market flip opportunity or even a buy and hold opportunity, we'll run the numbers for you. We'll tell you what we would pay if we were going to partner with you. And we'll tell you what we think the offer should be. Okay. Coming soon, you also get a copy of our agent investor book. And you get access to all of our systems. All of our systems are documented, and we are able to hand those out at any point. So again, this probably sounds like a lot, but it's what you guys need. Okay. And again, how do we actually help on a day-to-day basis? So there's a lot of things that we do, and I could go on and on and on, but just a few things that I think are important. These are the types of things that I tend to talk to people about on a daily basis. Okay. Number one, how do you prevent mistakes? So a lot of questions I get on a weekly basis are like, what do you think of this deal? What do you think about this property that I'm thinking about doing a buy and hold on? What do you think about this type of renovation? What do you think about the numbers on this fix and flip? What do you think about this area? Okay, I get those questions weekly. We help shortcut your time to success. Another thing that I focus with people on a lot, again, this is a weekly thing. We ensure that you're focused on the right 3 to 6 priorities. Okay, we have a 5-step coaching program. Week 1, we talk about where you're at. Week 2, where do you want to go 10 years from now? And what's the number that you need? Week 3, what investing vehicle should you be focused on? Is it short-term rentals? Is it buy and hold? Is it warehouses? Is it apartments? Is it passive income investing? Step number 4, we talk about what are your top 3 to 6 priorities this quarter? And step number 5, we create a weekly scorecard with you. So one of the things that I talk to people about on a weekly basis is what their top 3 to 6 priorities are. It is very common for entrepreneurs, for salespeople, for agents, for myself to get sidetracked, to chase a shiny object. So if we talked about what your top 3 to 6 priorities were, and then you come at me talking to me about something different, we're going to have a conversation about why we're talking about something different. And if you guys follow me on Facebook, you know my new hot button topic. It used to be Bitcoin, but now it's Chat GPT, right? This Chat GPT thing came up. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's saying how it's going to change their life. That is a perfect example of a shiny object that is getting people off of what they need to do. Chat GPT might be the best thing in the world, but if it wasn't what you set out to do this quarter, you should not even look at it until potentially next quarter. So we look over your shoulder at any deals, okay? We talk about how to spend marketing dollars, how to generate seller appointments, how to generate off-market deals, whether it's money or whether it's time. We talk about that each and every week, the numbers that you should be hitting, okay? Now, one other thing that is different about the Inner Circle than any other program, any other coaching program, I guarantee, is that you actually get access to the guy or the gal, meaning me, okay? You go to Tom Ferry, you go to any, I don't care what coaching program it is, you're going to be on a webinar like this. Tom Ferry's going to be the one talking, and then you're going to get assigned to somebody else. I have no issue with that model. I've got no issue with that model. But keep in mind that in this program, you're getting access to me. You're not getting kicked to somebody else unless it's something that I don't know, right? So if you ask me construction questions, I may kick you to Jim. But other than that, if I know it, you're going to me. And all of your starting points are with me, okay? We talked about the ability to partner with us on off-market deals. I talked about that 300K deal. By a show of hands, actually, no, type into the Q&A. How many of you have come across a great deal or even a good deal in the last 2 or 3 years that you passed on because you either didn't have the money or the construction expertise or because you just weren't ready? Type into the Q&A. I want to see how many of you, and I know it won't be all of you, but I am curious, how many of you have done that?
Hey everyone, this is Tom Caffarella. I want to quickly interrupt the podcast to, number one, thank all of my loyal listeners of the Agent Investor podcast and tell you guys really quickly about an exciting event we have coming up. It's a 2-day event. It's called the Passive Income Real Estate Investor Event that you can find out more details at passiveincomeevent.com. We're going to be doing a 2-day training session teaching all of the agents and all of the investors at the event on how to achieve financial freedom through real estate. If you're like me and your goal is to not work 80, 100 hours a week grinding, selling real estate, flipping homes, definitely check out this event. We're going to teach you how to build a passive income portfolio so that you can retire, so that you can work when you want, how you want, and ultimately achieve financial freedom. So again, go to passiveincomeevent.com for more details, and we look forward to seeing you at the upcoming event.
All right, Tom, me, PF me, yes, Paul, Anonymous, yes, Ernest, yes. So you never have to pass on any of these deals anymore. You literally never have to pass on any deal at all moving forward, okay? So you don't need capital. This is the other objection. This is the reason I created the Inner Circle. I created it because I know what the issues are with agents trying to invest in real estate. One of the biggest issues is, hey, I don't have money. Well, guess what? You don't need money anymore. You have our money. You have our money to partner with us on an off-market deal, okay? Guess what? The other objection is, hey, I don't know if I can do this type of project. It's too big. I don't have construction teams. I don't have time to manage construction. I get it. You're all agents, right? You're all in sales trying to make money every single week. managing and babysitting contractors is another job, right? If you're in the inner circle, you do not have to do that, right? And it's not even just, smaller deals. We have somebody that's in our inner circle program that brought us an 88 unit mill building in Nashua, New Hampshire. Okay. Why did they bring us the deal? Well, they didn't have all the money to do the deal. So that person is now a partner in the deal with us. Mike Lefevre, he's in the deal with us, that 88 unit, just for finding a great opportunity and just for bringing it to us. Okay. So I have up here a whole bunch of pictures and events and stuff like that. If you've ever, been inside the inner circle, or if you've been around our company, you know that we do a lot of, I would call them kind of just like social events, really. Now, yes, I teach and train and all that good stuff all the time. Okay. All the time. But it's important to do the social stuff, and I'm going to tell you why. We do more deals with people who just kind of hang around, right? You get to know somebody, you get to trust them, you get to like them, you get to understand them. We tend to do a lot more deals with people who we know, like, and trust. And a lot of the people who are in the inner circle are friends of mine now. And I don't want to say, hey, I'm best friends with everybody in the inner circle, because I'm not. But I have grown close to a lot of people who are in the inner circle because they've been in it and they're around. And of course, we make connections, right? You're also going to make connections to other people that are in the inner circle, right? It's not just about me. It's about my partners. It's about our staff. And it's about other people that are on the same mission as you, right? There have been people that are in the inner circle that motivate each other, that push each other, that give each other accountability, okay? I talked about the once a month live coaching session and just the fact that you can get individual help on that call. But you can also listen to calls that we have with other people, right? These are group calls. You get to listen to what other people are doing, what struggles they're having, how we're helping other people. Sometimes people just come on just to listen to other people. I talked about the fact that our team will actually go on off-market appointments for you, right? My sales manager will go out. If you have an off-market opportunity, if you have a client that wants to sell to an investor, if you generate an off-market opportunity, we will go on a ride along with you. We will show you how we talk to sellers. We will show you the contracts that we use. We will help you get that deal signed. Then we will actually go out and scope that home. We will put together a repair budget. We'll share that repair budget with you. We talked about first look at passive income deals. So every time that we have an apartment deal, we typically need between $4 to $6 million. We tend to pay somewhere between 10 and 20% rate of return. Depends on the deal. Some of our deals are accredited investors only, but everybody in the inner circle will hear about these deals first. You'll get first shot at these deals if you want to participate in these deals before they become public, okay? Access to all of our non-public agent investor content. So all of this stuff we do not put out to the public. We don't give you guys access to our internal videos, our internal systems, our internal tools. We don't give you access to scripts. We don't give you access to the pricing and valuation training series. We don't give you access to all of our marketing materials. If you want to run a mailing campaign, we'll show you our mailers. We'll not only show them to you, we'll give them to you. If you're looking to get a budget put together for a deal, we will actually literally give you our budget calculator, okay? I have up here just an example, our deal analysis process. The purpose of me putting this up on the screen right now is not for you guys to read all of this, but just to show you an example of one system that we have written out. This is an example of a system that we have that we're able to share with you. Okay. This is another example of just a marketing piece, right? It's why sell to an investor. And it's all the reasons. Now this is something that not only can you hand out to a seller, but it's also your talking points for when you're actually out face-to-face on a seller appointment. Same thing with this budget calculator, right? This is a very easy tool that we created that we give you access to as soon as you join the inner circle. I've got up here a bunch of different scripts that we use when we talk to sellers, mailers, Facebook ads, Google ads, etc. So there's a lot here. If you think about it like this, we've systematized our entire business. If we have access to something, if we have a video, if we have a training series, if we have a flyer, we're able to give it to you, okay? So this is another thing that I did talk about, but again, I've got it up on the screen. Every time that you have a deal that you want analyzed, I have a full-time person in my office that will analyze a deal for you. What I have up here is the front page of a 21-page document that not only gives you what we believe would be a good investing deal, a good investment price, and what we would pay, what we would partner with you on the deal for. It's also going to give you the support behind that. It's going to show you how we calculated the offer. It's going to show you the comps that we use, why we use them. It's going to show you an idea of how we got to the repair budget. It's going to show you public record. This is all work. Each one of these reports probably takes our team 30 to 40 minutes to do. Bear in mind that we go on about 100 appointments a week. That's 5,000 appointments a year times 10 years. We've done about 50,000 of these documents. We're really good at it. Even if you think that you know how to do this on your own, it's worth it just to actually have us run it for you, just to get a second opinion. I did talk about the fact that when you join the Inner Circle, you're also going to get a free copy of my book. And you get this really cool box that has the book Traction, which is one of the principles, the guiding principles that we use, the Traction, the EOS system, a tumbler, an Agent Investor t-shirt, and a note from me on how to get access to more things. So again, I have everything up here again on this flyer as to the benefits of joining the Inner Circle. I want to stress again, not necessarily to get caught up in the nitty-gritty right now. I know that I just gave you guys a ton of information. I went fast on purpose because it's not necessarily about any one individual thing in this program. It's about the whole program combined. And again, what you really want to think about is, are you in the process of just learning, or are you ready to take action? I can't stress that concept enough. And I know for me, like I can speak to this, right? And I can be almost aggressive on this topic because I was in your shoes. Like if you're somebody that's been listening and thinking about doing this for a long time, I know how you feel. I was there. I did that whole thing for 6 years. And it finally came to the point. I remember the call that I had with the first mentor that I ever had. And this is kind of how it went. Like I was almost like desperate because I had gone 6 years without doing my first deal. And I was just like so desperate to talk to anybody. And I finally got somebody in my local market. And by the end of the call, I was like, wow, like every question I asked this person, they not only had an answer for, but they had the right answer. And I immediately signed up that day. This was in probably late 2008. And I did my first deal March of 2009. So of course, how do you get in, right? So, all of these benefits, I'm sure that they sound good, right? This is what people need. I know this is what people need. So then how do I make money? Is it a good fit for you? Again, this is the right program for you if you are at least a 7 out of 10 ready to start investing, okay? If you're just kind of interested in learning, this won't be for you. Now, I've created 3 ways to get into the Inner Circle. I used to have a coaching program where I literally would charge $60,000 for all of this stuff. There are many reasons why I stopped that program. One of the major reasons was because somebody having $60,000 didn't necessarily mean that they were actually going to do anything. And in fact, what I found in a lot of cases is that my very best students and the people that I helped the most and enjoyed working with the most, maybe they didn't have a ton of money, but they were motivated, right? I read a book in college, a Rick Pitino book, and he used to say that he used to look for PhDs, poor, hungry, and driven. And that stuck with me because that was me, poor, hungry, and driven. So I want to give everybody the ability to get access to this for little to no cost. Okay, so there's 3 ways to get in. 1 paid way and 2 ways that are essentially free. The absolute easiest way for free to get in to the inner circle is to join our brokerage. By joining our brokerage, which will cost you no money, $0, you're automatically in the inner circle. Now, I mentioned that we have 350 agents, okay? We have 350 agents. Our brokerage, even if you weren't interested in the inner circle, is a great brokerage. We have great financials, 80-20 splits, a $20,000 cap. Our cap actually reduces by $2,000 a year. So you start out at 20, then you go to 18, then you go to 16, then you go to 14. We call it the disappearing cap. We're the only brokerage in America that does a disappearing cap. It's an idea I thought about a few months ago, and I love it because I love the fact that people get rewarded for being loyal to the company, which I feel like is important. We have a whole bunch of other reasons to join the brokerage. But again, by joining our brokerage, you're probably going to get better financials, and you're going to get more tools, more support, and you're going to get into the inner circle. That is an option for anybody that's licensed in New England, anywhere in New England, and soon to be New York. I'm licensed in New York, and we're working on getting the company licensed in New York. We're hoping that that's going to be a thing within the next few weeks. Now, that was my original plan. My original plan was, hey, just get people to join the brokerage. That's a good, deal for people. It's free. But what I learned is that is still not a good fit for some people. Okay. So again, I want to give everybody who wants to join the inner circle the ability to join. So there's 2 other ways to get into the inner circle, because I know that there are some people out there that their best friend is their broker. Maybe they're a broker. Maybe there's some unique situation, or they don't live in New England. So I want to give people other ways to get in. And the second way to get in is to invest $50,000 or more into one of our passive income apartment deals. So if you're interested in investing in one of our apartment deals, if you have money in an IRA or you have money just kind of sitting on the sideline, this is a way to get a good rate of return and get into the inner circle at the same time. Of course, if you're interested in getting into the inner circle by investing in one of our deals, we have to have a much longer discussion to just make sure that it's the right fit for everybody. And then the third way to get in is just to pay a flat one-time $15,000 fee. It's my least favorite way to get people into the inner circle, but I have had many cases where somebody said, I can't join your brokerage because of XYZ reason. I don't want to invest $50,000 into one of your apartment deals. Is there any other way to get in? And so I made the third way. It's a $15,000 one-time fee. And that's pretty much as simple as it is. Those are the 3 ways to get in. We've talked about kind of all of the benefits. I do want to throw the sign up link out to all of you right now. Okay. And I'm going to say the URL. I created a URL for this. Now, keep in mind, if you click and fill out this link now, it doesn't mean you have to sign up. Okay. All it's going to mean is that you're interested in taking the next step. You're ready to go today. You're mentally prepared to kind of move forward, assuming that everything sounds good. Of course, if you're going to invest in one of our deals, you've got to know a lot more. Of course, if you're going to join our brokerage, you need to learn a lot more. Of course, if you're going to invest $15K into a program, you probably want to have another conversation. So by filling out this form, it's just going to get you another conversation to figure out if it's the right fit for you. It isn't going to be the right fit for everybody. We know that. We're not worried if you sign up for a call and then decide that it's not the right fit for you. The only thing that we ask is if you fill out this form and you sign up for a call, that you just let us know, right? The only thing that I will not, I will be very against is you filling out the form, us having a conversation, and then not replying after that. Just tell us if it's not the right fit. We'll tell you if we don't think it's the right fit. Keep in mind, our objective is to make sure that you get the results that you want. There are many reasons why somebody may not be a good fit for our program, if we don't think that you're a good fit, if we don't think we can help get you results, we will tell you that. And we want to go the other way too. If you feel like that we're not a good fit for you, that is completely fine. Now, I do want to just say what the URL is for those of you who might be listening after the fact, either on a podcast or on a live stream or whatever. The URL is tinyurl.com /agent investor today. tinyurl.com /agent investor today. Okay. Again, by filling out that form, all it's doing is going to set you up for another conversation. You're going to select, right? Are you most interested in joining the brokerage? Are you most interested in investing in an apartment deal? Are you most interested in paying the $15,000? Okay. It doesn't commit you to anything, just that we're going to have a conversation. So I want to open this up now to questions in the Q&A. Happy to answer any questions. Doesn't matter what the topic. I will answer kind of anything that you guys need help for. So again, type into the Q&A any questions you have about any inner circle benefits, about any mechanisms or ways to get into the inner circle. And I do want to say, as I'm looking at the Q&A to see if there's anything that I can help you guys with, I do want to just say really quickly that I strongly suggest that regardless of whether or not you're interested in the inner circle, that you register for our live 2-day event at www.agentinvestorevent.com. The reason I'm suggesting that is we are getting close to being sold out. It's only open to the first 250 registrations. If you're 80% sure that you want to come to the event, you're pretty sure you can make it, just register so that you reserve your seat. If you register and realize after the fact that you cannot attend, it's no problem. Send us an email, send us a text message. Hey, I signed up. I realized I have to do something else. We get it. You're all real estate agents. You have a lot going on. And sometimes it's unpredictable whether or not you're even going to be able to be there up until the last minute. Totally fine. If you feel like you're going to go to the event, just go to www.agentinvestorevent.com and sign up. Okay. But getting back to the inner circle, the link for the inner circle is www.tinyurl.com /agent investor today. And anything that you guys need help with, type it into the Q&A. I'm starting to see a couple of things that are coming in. One question that was asked was wondering if there's a way to provide mentoring leading up to join, perhaps provide paid mentoring, even if someone never truly joins. So yes, there is the ability to pay. There's there's 3 options to get in. You can pay a flat $15,000 fee, you can join the brokerage, or you can invest passively in one of our deals. Those are the 3 options to get in. As soon as you do any of those 3 things, you're automatically in. One question that actually did come up, it comes up a lot, and I should say this, particularly with the brokerage, is that people will say, well, I will join your brokerage, 6 months from now. Can I get access today if I'm willing to pay? The answer is yes. And we will actually refund you the $15,000 if you end up joining our brokerage. And we've done this a few times already where somebody says, hey, I need to get past whatever date for whatever reason. And I'm willing to pay the $15,000, but will you refund me? Yes. So it doesn't really matter which way that you get in. If you get in and then you join our brokerage, we'll refund you the money. Alan said, what are your specific and preferred ways to contact you? Facebook Messenger and email. Those are the 2 ways. I'm on Facebook Messenger and email. I want to say 24/7, 365. I don't want to be, too crazy about that stat, but literally from the second I wake up until I go to sleep, I'm on those two channels. And guys, keep in mind, there's a reason those are the 2 channels. And I'm going to tell you why. I've got 4 kids. All 4 kids are in sports. Okay. So if you say, hey, can you meet me Thursday at 5:00? It's likely I'm going to be at some sort of practice. I'm going to be at some sort of thing with my kids. You need help, you send me a Facebook message, it's 5:00, I will respond to you, right? So there is no time limit to this. I want to make sure that it's on demand as much as possible for anybody that needs help, okay? Again, the URL to learn more about the Inner Circle, to have a conversation is, again, www.tinyurl.com/agent investor today. And you can keep, bringing the questions in, but I do just want to say, one last time, kind of what I said in the beginning, which is that if you're serious about, moving forward and you're serious about investing in real estate, you need additional tools and support. All of the stuff that I put up here, there's a reason I put it up here. It wasn't by accident. This is all stuff that I know that people need. There's a reason why, if you've been paying attention to the webinars and the live streams and coming to the 2-day events and you haven't done a lot yet, there's a reason. And it's because you're not getting more individualized, personalized help. So it's totally fine if you want to just be a learner and be a listener. But if you want to take action and you want to get results, you've got to get all of the things that I mentioned in this program. Now, I'm probably not the only person that you could probably get some of this stuff from, but you need all of these things in order to have success as an investor. So I am going to just see if there's any other questions in the Q&A. I'll leave it open for another minute. Again, the URL to sign up to learn more is tinyurl.com/agent investor today. I did put that in the chat box, and feel free to click on that link. I do ask that if you're interested to register today, just so that we can kind of move forward, with this. Don't take too much time to think about it. It's not something that is going to commit you to necessarily doing anything. It just shows that you're ready, willing, and able to kind of take action, and you want to do this. So, guys, like I said, thank you for jumping on. Oh, sorry, there's another question. How long is the term for a typical investment in a project? So if you do decide that you want to invest in one of our projects, the minimum time frame is 1 year. The minimum investment amount is $50,000. We do have longer options that typically yield a little bit higher of a return, but the minimum that we have is 1 year. So guys, I do want to, again, thank you for jumping on today. I don't see any other questions coming in. I hope that this was valuable. I hope that, we can help, some of you that are on the call kind of take the next step. So I'm going to just stop the recording now, just so I can, move on. But I do see some other questions coming in. But guys, for those of you who are listening after the fact, go to www.tinyurl.com/agent investor today. Thanks again for listening to the Agent Investor Podcast. And especially thank you for sharing the show with other agents and reviewing the show on iTunes. Every time you share the show and leave a review, you are potentially changing someone's life. To get free weekly education, strategies, and to connect with other agent investors across the country, join our free Facebook group at agentinvestor.com. Again, that's agentinvestor.com.